In this video, I'm going to be comparing the Deviate Nitro 3 against its two closest rivals. Hello everybody and welcome to FORDY Runs. My name is Chris Ford and I'm a running coach who loves to talk about running shoes here on YouTube. And today I thought it would be cool to compare the Deviate Nitro 3 against two of its closest rivals. Now, the Deviate Nitro 3 is new out and it's one of those amazing shoes that you can literally do everything in. It's along the Super Trainer line, I would say. We've got Nitro Elite foam in here with the Nitro foam. We've got an amazing outsole on the shoe. We've got a 10mm drop, 39mm stack, weighs about 260 something grams. That's absolutely wrong, it's 285 grams. It doesn't necessarily fit true to size. I think you need a wide option in the shoe if you have a slightly wider foot than normal. But yes, overall the shoe is a very versatile shoe that can literally do everything. Everything in your rotation you can do in this shoe. And that's what makes it awesome. Now the two shoes that I want to compare it against are these. The Neo Vista from Mizuno and the Speed 4 from Saucony. Okay, so the Mizuno Neo Vista, apart from having the worst laces in the world, has this one-piece boot construction upper. You've got the Mizuno Energy NXT foam. You've got the smooth speed assist, which is helping in terms of the roll through the shoe. You've got the wave plate underneath. You've got a decent amount of rubber coverage on the shoe. It's 150 pounds. You've got over 40mm of stack. What else do you need to know? Yeah, it does fit true to size. It's 280 grams, and that's probably about that. Oh, that Mizuno's got an 8mm drop, which the Speed does as well. This is about 175 pounds. You can get this a little bit cheaper at Start Fitness using my code. You've got 36mm in the heel, TPU plate, winged plate going through the shoe, XT900 outsole, fantastic upper on the shoe. This is weighing 265 grams, Power Run PB in the shoe. And again, that's probably about that in terms of the Speed 4. So rating these shoes, well actually it's quite a hard thing because I actually think these three shoes offer something different for each person. Now if you put a gun to my head and said which one would you go for, FORDY, I would say the Speed 4. And the reason I would say the Speed 4 is because it's probably the middle ground versus the other two. So on one side of the Speed 4 you've got the Deviate Nitro 3, which is a slightly firmer, more traditional feeling shoe, but it does have the plate in it and it does work well with the Nitro and the Nitro Elite foam. The upper works okay, it's not the best in the world, but this shoe can comfortably do all the miles and, like I said, do everything you need to do. But it's a slightly firmer ride, it's a slightly different ride to the Mizuno. I'll come on to that in a minute. And you've obviously got the Power Run, the Puma grip on the shoe, which is just amazing. But as I said, this feels like a little bit more traditional and feels a little bit firmer. You've got the 10mm drop on the shoe as well. So I'd say that sits on one side, so that will suit a certain person. And then on the other side, you've got the mushy feeling, let's call it, Neo Vista, which works extremely well at all paces. The slower you are, the more heel biased it feels, but the more you get on it, obviously it comes alive. The wave plate works well, again, plastic plate in the shoe. The knit one-piece booty up is not for me, but some people really dig it. And again, this can do everything. You can take this through any training session you're doing an inter race. But I would say this is the softest, mushiest feeling shoe. And if it didn't have the plate in it, it would be murder to run in. But this probably sits on that side of the argument. So if you prefer something maybe a little bit more heel biased, something, you know, a little bit softer, then you'd go with the Mizuno. And that's why I would probably, if I had to pick, I'd go with the Speed 4 because it sits in the middle. The foam is probably the between the two. It's a softer ride than what you get on the Puma, but it's not as mushy as you get on the Mizuno. The plate and the speed roll technology in here is very similar to what you get on the Mizuno, but not anything like what you get with the Deviate Nitro 3. The upper on this is definitely the best out of all three of them. And it feels, again, a little bit more sort of racier than maybe the Deviate Nitro 3 does. And again, that's not a negative about the Deviate Nitro 3. But again, it sits in the middle. It is the sort of best out of these three shoes because it combines all the good bits of the other two shoes. So yeah, that's my pick out of these three. But like I say, I think these three shoes were all very good actually, and they will suit a different sort of runner. And that's the thing, right? We're all different. Our biomechanics are different. So if you're after that sort of softer, mushier feel, you know, a little bit more heel biased, I would say, this is probably for you. If you want that more traditional, slightly firmer ride, that again can do everything with a really good outsole, then the Puma's for you. But again, this has got a 10mm drop and it does come up narrow. But if you want the best of both worlds, then you go with the Speed 4. Okay, so let me know in the comments, which one would you go for out of those three? If you own any of those three, again, put some feedback down there, let the others know how you've been finding those shoes. Okay, people, that's it from me. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave me today, and I'll catch you all later.